One of the most profound realities which no human can doubt is the reality of death. All humans live in this world for a limited period of time and then eventually pass away. But what happens when a person dies? Where does their soul go? And what do they experience? What happens in the grave and Barzakh? From some of the verses of the Holy Quran and the traditions, it is very clear that when a person dies, they enter a realm called Barzakh, which is the connecting point between this world and the Day of Judgment. Allah says in the Holy Quran, "And behind them is a barrier until the day they are resurrected." According to the traditions of the Al-Bayt, this barrier, which is Barzakh, is a reference to one's time in the grave up until the Day of Judgment. This realm, in its form, looks very similar to the physical world, but it is in fact very different in its substance. While humans will appear in the shape of physical bodies, in reality, their bodies will be made up of a substance similar to how we envisage physical bodies in our dreams. Once a person passes away, the first thing that happens in this realm of Barzakh is the questioning in the grave. Two angels called Munkar and Nakir are sent forth to the deceased, and the person is interrogated about their beliefs. The angels will ask, "Who is your Lord? Who is your Prophet?" and other similar questions. After the questioning is done, a person is added to one of three possible groups. The first group of people are the believers. Once the believers are questioned in the grave regarding their beliefs, their grave will turn into a pleasant garden, and they begin to enjoy the blessings and favors of Allah and live in tranquility until the day of resurrection. The second group of people will be the disbelievers. Once they are questioned in the grave, due to their failure in responding correctly, their grave will turn into one of the ditches of hellfire. They will experience hardships and difficulties and certain forms of punishment during this period. Both the blessings given to the believers and the difficulties experienced by the disbelievers will merely be a small glimpse of what they will eventually experience in paradise or in hell. Finally, the third group of people will be those who were not believers, but they did not intentionally reject the truth either. Rather, they were people to whom the truth of Islam did not come. These people will dwell in Barzakh in the dreamlike state until the Day of Judgment. If their general behavior on earth during their lifetime was righteous and good, Allah will make the breeze of heaven blow towards them, so they can be in a state of comfort. But if their general behavior was evil and immoral, then Allah will make a little of the heat of hell reach them, and this will cause them nuisance. They will continue to remain in this state until the day of resurrection, and their final account will be taken by Allah.